With all the hype in Madden 23 Ultimate Team surrounding 99 Tom Brady, let's talk about his counterpart in 96 Tom Brady to showcase whether or not that card is worth it on your Madden Ultimate Team. Now, Salsa family, and welcome back to another Madden 23 video. In this one, I'm going to be going over whether or not this Tom Brady tribute card for 110,000 training is worth it or not. And before we get too excited and started with today's video, as you guys can see on the screen, Jalen Hurts' line is set to 0.5 total yards on Underdog Fantasy for Super Bowl Sunday. Now, if you want access to this line, all you got to do is download the app using code SWIFT. I will leave it linked down below in the description. And on February 6th, the line will become available to you. So sign up using code SWIFT and get access to that free line. It's free money, bro. If you don't want free money, hey, don't click the link. But if you want it, be sure to scroll down to that description, click the link, download the app, and use my code SWIFT. That's the most important part, and you'll get the line on February 6th. But getting back on track, let's talk about this Tom Brady tribute card, which is 110,000 training. Now, as you guys can see, you're going to be getting yourself a 96 overall BND version of Tom Brady if you open up this pack. It's not the 99, it's a 96. That's a very, very important factor to note. Now, additionally, the card is going to be quick selling for 27,500 training. So basically, if you buy this for 110k, well, your training's going to go down to 27.5 if you do decide to sell this player off. So you're losing almost 75k training right there if you sell off the player immediately. But of course, that's probably not your plan. You're probably not buying this pack to quick sell the card immediately. No, you're thinking of using the player on your team, and that's kind of what we're going to get into in the video. Let's talk about his stats, let's talk about his abilities, and let's talk about whether or not the player is worth it, which is kind of the main point of this video. Now, starting it off, like I said, with these stats on this player, Tom Brady's 96 is going to be having 88 speed, 90 acceleration, so not terrible, although I will say speed and acceleration don't really matter a ton on quarterbacks, in my opinion, in this game. In terms of the throwing stats, they're beautiful. Throw power's at 95, accuracies are all really high, throw under pressure's 96. That's actually a really important stat in my opinion. Ball carrier vision, kind of funnily enough, is a 95, and hey, that's actually good because he's great on those QB sneaks. He's got that vision, he knows whether to go left or right. So the stats for a 96 aren't bad, but let's talk about his release and let's talk about his abilities. Now, this Tom Brady card possesses the traditional 1 release. As we take a look at this ranking right here, traditional 1 is all the way down at number 13 on this ranking. There are 15 releases that are ranked right here by this Madden Ultimate Team player, and traditional 1 is near the bottom, so he gets kind of an L for that. Then next up, in terms of the abilities, we can probably all argue abilities are one of the most important things in this game. He gets a player-specific slot for Gunslinger for 1 AP, so that's a W. That's pretty good. Then as we scroll on down right here to some of his other player-specific abilities in this game, he gets Hot Route Master for 1, and he gets Set Feet Lead for 2. So you can get Set Feet Lead, Gunslinger, and Hot Route Master for 4 AP. That's actually pretty good. So overall, I think we can all agree. The card is good. He's not great. He's not like the best quarterback in this game. The release is good. The abilities are actually really good. The stats are quite good as well, but he's not perfect. He doesn't hit all 3 things that we're looking for in a QB. We want a good release, we want good abilities, and we want good stats. I think he hits 2 of those things, but not all 3. So now that we know how good this card is, let's talk about whether or not this pack is worth it. It costs you 110k training, and let's go over how much that's going to cost realistically in coin value. Want to open up packs with better odds than EA Sports gives you? Well, check out mudpacks.com to open up packs, win coins, and withdraw them directly to your account. And of course, use code SWIFT as you're checking out the site for 15% off. Now, in my opinion, probably the easiest way to get up to 110k training is maybe buying like 393s. They quick sell for 33k. You can probably get them for like 100,000 coins. If you didn't want to do that, then maybe you can go ahead and scoop up like 592s at 68k. But realistically, I think you're going to be spending about 300,000 coins to get the training for this card. Maybe if you get your training at the right snipes, you can get that number down to like 270k. But to be fully honest, you're spending about 270k to 300,000 coins to buy this pack. So now that begs the question, is it worth it to get this card for about 270 to 300k? Well, if this card was auctionable, I would say yes for sure, because a 96 at like 270k is a great deal. Most other 96s right now are selling for about 400k. But unfortunately, this card cannot be sold. You can only quick sell them for 27,000 training, which essentially means that you're losing out on almost all the value of the player. And it's kind of like you're burning that money instead of investing it, because realistically, you're not getting much out when you try and sell the player. So for that reason, I'm going to say this Tom Brady card probably isn't the move. If you have 300k to spend on a quarterback, there's much better options. I'll show you guys 2 of them right here. Now, firstly, if you guys wanted someone who can run, I mean, go ahead, pick up Lamar Jackson, aka Big Truz. He's going to be selling for about 400k, which is 100,000 more than you were willing to spend on Brady. But instead of getting a card that's BND, well, now you can sell this player off. And realistically, you're going to be getting, I would say, at least 250k of value if you go to sell this card in maybe a month or 2 months. Or if if you're looking for more of like a pocket passer, Joe Flacco is going to be perfect. He actually gets the same ability prices as Tom Brady. He's got a better release than Tom Brady, and he's going to retain significantly more value. At 473k, he's an LTD, which means that he's not going to go lower than 400,000 coins. LTD players in this game do not go below that price. So worst case scenario, when you go to sell this card off, you lose 73k coins instead of losing almost like 200,000 coins of value on your Tom Brady player. So for that reason, I'm going to say it, I don't think the Tom Brady pack is worth it in this game. I know there's a lot of people that were asking me this question, and I wanted to make a full video because I'm sure a lot of other people kind of have this same inquiry, but to me, it's just not worth it at all, guys. Like, first of all, I don't want to sound like I'm knocking the player because the 96 Tom Brady is good. He gets good abilities, he's got good stats. Unfortunately, the release isn't that amazing, but he's still a good player. Like, he's still an upper end quarterback in this game, but from a value perspective, man, it is definitely not worth it, because when you look at the price of the card and how much you can quick sell the card for, you're guaranteed to lose out on like 80,000 training points, which when we look at how much training costs in the market, that's 200,000 coins worth of value, which is going to be a lot more than when you like buy a regular player in this game and go to sell them in a month or 2 months. Typically what's going to happen is, depending on how much you bought the card for, you're losing maybe 20 to 30% of its value, but with this card, you're losing like 80 to 90% of it, which is a lot. That's why I don't think it's worth it. So yeah, hopefully this video helps. If you've got enough coins to get 300k training points, just save up an extra 100,000 and get one of the 2 players I mentioned in this video. And yeah, that's gonna do it for me. If you guys have enjoyed this, be sure to scroll down and leave a like. It's the best way to support my channel. And if you want to stay up to date with more videos, be sure to hit that red sub button down below. Now, a couple days ago, I also made a video going over, I guess, some tips to pull 99 Tom Brady. If you're curious about that, I will leave it linked on the screen. So click this video and I'm out. Have a wonderful day, boys. Peace.